What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. We are here officially putting out my top 10 movies of 2024. Now, this list is really made based off movies that I saw multiple times, movies that I enjoyed, and ultimately movies that I have purchased or watched since they have reached the digital platform. Now, in this list, I do have a variety of movies, some later in the year, some at the beginning of the year, but this list is really my opinion. Some people may disagree, and that's okay, but some people may say, where are the movies such as X, Y, and Z? They're not on your list. I do have a few honorable mentions that I will get to before we even get into the top 10 list. Now, before we go any further, I want to thank you all for the continued support. Thank you all for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. I think we're at about 304 subscribers now. Like I've said before, I never thought I would even get past 10 or 20. Now, this list is made up of movies that I have seen all during 2024. My final movie total or new movie total for 2024 was 214. So with that, I did complete the Regal Unlimited milestone. Now, before we get to the list, there are a few honorable mentions that did not make this list that I did enjoy. Those include the movie One Life. I thought One Life was an excellent movie. It's actually a movie that I show in class. So I showed it this year during our religion movement, or religious unit, I should say. Another movie that did not make this list is Beetlejuice. I did enjoy it. I did purchase it, but I just felt there were a few more movies that were up there in the ranking compared to that. And then the last one is Gladiator 2. A lot of people seem to not like the movie, or they do like it, just depends. For me, I did enjoy the movie. But let's get right into the top 10 movies of 2024. Coming in at number 10 is The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. I felt that this movie was perfect for the holidays. I really enjoyed the story it told. It was the last movie I needed to see for the Regal Lionsgate promo, so I will get it on digital once it is released through them. But The Best Christmas Pageant Ever was a movie that was enjoyable. I enjoyed the story, and I also really enjoyed how real the story was. In many ways, you see families that struggle, families that are scapegoated, and that is why this movie is in this list. Coming in at number 9, this is a movie that some people may disagree with where I put it, and I have reasons why, and that is Wicked. Now, Wicked, I thought, was a very enjoyable movie. I really thought it was done well. I have the Funko Pops. I have the posters. It is a movie that I really enjoyed. I think the one thing that really bothered me with Wicked was the audience. Now, I understand people are excited. People have seen the musical. But you have to understand that when you're at a theater, you're not there for sing-along time. Now, I know Wicked did release the sing-along version on Christmas Day, but I felt like my experience there was not as good as it should have been. But I didn't let that take away from the movie. I thought Wicked was great. I wish that it could have been condensed into one part, but I obviously am excited for next November to see what happens in part 2. Number 8 is a movie that I said was one of my favorite movies of the year, and that's why it's on this list, and it is Fly Me to the Moon. I thought Fly Me to the Moon had its ups and downs, but I enjoyed the comedy involved. I enjoyed the storytelling with NASA and really the program and what it is trying to do. And so I think with this movie, Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum did an excellent job. It is an Apple movie. It is if you have Apple TV, you can stream it for free. I've watched it a couple times since I got a free trial of it, and it is still a movie that I enjoy here. Coming in at number 7, but before we get into number 7, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you have not. Like I've said before, I really do appreciate all of the subscriptions and all of my subscribers. But number 7 is one of the more serious movies I've seen this year, and I thought it was done very well, and that is Cabrini. Cabrini is a true story. Cabrini really is highlighting an Italian nun that comes to America and really sees the struggles going on, from poverty to homelessness to the way the cities and towns are constructed, and she wants to find a way to help. Now, the one thing in that is Cabrini does have an illness, as she almost drowned as a child, and in many ways, it could have killed her at any point. And so I believe she is the first American saint, and that movie was just so powerful. It was a long movie, but it was a movie where you sat there and enjoyed every aspect of it. Transitioning away from the seriousness a little bit is number 6, and that is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I purchased it as soon as it came on digital. I saw it 4 times in theaters. It is just a fun movie. I really like how they continued on from Ghostbusters Afterlife and allowing us to kind of see where the situation played out. Returning back to the fire station, it was just a good movie. It was fun. It was enjoyable. It had a little bit of comedy in it. And what I'm really hoping is we will get a third Ghostbusters with that same cast. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be Ghostbusters 3, but it would be a third movie with that cast. Then we go to the graphic category. Coming in at number 5 is Terrifier 3. Terrifier 3, I thought, was gory. It wasn't really scary, but it was just enjoyable. For somebody that likes scary movies and somebody that likes the horror of a movie, I thought it was very good. I've already purchased it on digital. I've watched it actually last night. But Terrifier 3, even with the gore that is there, it does have the funny moments. More specifically, the smacking of the head. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Number 4 on this list, and as I kind of evaluated everything, I kind of had to figure out where to put this, and it's Deadpool and Wolverine. I thought Deadpool and Wolverine was one of the better Disney releases within the last year and a half to 2 years. And so with that, for me, it was just enjoyable to see the cameos, to see the comedy, the lot of F-bombs that were dropped in it. And for me, I saw Deadpool and Wolverine opening night in 3D. Then I saw it again a couple times in standard. And even with it, I found it enjoyable each and every time. That is one movie that the theater was always packed. It did not matter wherever or whenever I saw the movie. Coming in at number 3 is probably one of the most scarring movies of the year, in my opinion, and that is The Substance. I do not do very well with like the whole body morphing and that kind of scary of a movie. And Demi Moore in this movie was excellent. I thought it was incredible to see how the story was told in it. Now, if you have not seen it, it details a older workout instructor that is trying to keep young and what she does to try to keep herself young. And that is a movie that I actually am buying tonight on digital, but I'm also not necessarily eager to watch it just because of that body morphing aspect. But like I said, just because that is not my cup of tea does not take away from it is probably the one movie that I felt creeped out in. Number 2 is definitely, it's really 1 and 2 are 1A and 1B for me. But number 2 is White Bird. I thought White Bird was an excellent, excellent movie. Sadly, I was only able to see it one time in theater because it was Regal's Mystery Movie Monday, and we didn't actually get it in my theater. So I had to wait for it to come out on digital. But it details the story of a young lady whose family is captured by the Nazis in France, and she is forced to hide out with a school companion. And what she realizes is that even with people being different, there is still compassion that exists in the world. And I think the really good aspect of it is the young lady is now an adult, Helen Mirren, and she is telling this story to her grandson who is experiencing the school age kind of bullying, people are different type of way, and how to handle it. Now we get to number 1. And I feel like this may be a movie that people say, I don't know how you put that at number 1 compared to the others. But number 1 is actually a review I just did, which I have a review over all of these movies that I have posted already on my channel. But for me, my overall favorite movie of the year is the newly released A Complete Unknown. I really enjoyed every aspect of this movie. I thought the storytelling was great. I thought the buildup of Bob Dylan, his character from Timothy Chalamet, I thought it was done very well. And for me, it is a movie I'm actually seeing again tomorrow. But A Complete Unknown is such a good movie that if you have not seen it, make sure you go check it out. But that really concludes my top 10 list. Like I said, there are movies I did not include. Like I said, some of the other movies, 1992, The Forge, the list goes on. But for me, these are all movies that I have seen multiple times. These are all movies that I will buy or have bought, and I will watch them over and over. But drop a comment below. Let me know what is your favorite movie of 2024. Stay tuned going into 2025. We will have more reviews. We will continue the Regal Unlimited plan. But like I said, thank you all for the continued support this year. I will actually be making a list of the top 5 worst movies of 2024 tomorrow. So be on the lookout. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you all later.